Thing today, everything's about to turn a little different. I gotta wear this shit yo, it's about to go down. And I'm about to throw this garbage hat on now because I'm down like a submarine. And I always keep my words clean. I gave my word and I lost my bet, so this is about as ill as this is about to get. I had to make sure I threw in my bones because I gotta make sure I don't come in this alone. Y'all gotta understand, I feel like this hat is carrying the spirit. I ain't trying to hear it. I would never do nothing like this, not even trying it on for a little joke like shit. I can't believe I lost a bet, but this is how it go when this is how it get. So I'm about to throw the hat on my head, and it's going to influence the words I said, but I won't be dead. I'm gonna live through it, and I know that you're going to help me out. So let's take that route. And no doubts how it's going down. As soon as the music is over, I'ma find a way to get me on mine and yours. I'ma do this thing. I ain't talking. Oh my gosh. What? It's the daily, go get up, Miss Show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. And I can believe that this happened. Yo, it's okay. Yeah, and it's going to keep me rapping. I'm snapping on the inside. Yeah, I feel some kind of way, but I'm going to make sure that I keep my word today. And I got to rock it for the whole show. And I don't see why I got to do that. But yo, that's how it go. If I would have lost, I would have took the money and I would have took it to another place and it wouldn't have been funny. But it is kind of funny right now for those who really cares. But this thing, I got a lot to share, and there will be a better love. A few things, but life is a bowl of cherry. But woo! I said, woo! All right, y'all. Hold on. Because, yo, I am not taking this lightly. When I was little and I would get sick, my mom used to give us NyQuil and it would make us throw up. It would make me throw up. It would make my sister throw up. It was like the nastiest thing I ever tasted. That's what it feels like I'm having to do by throwing on this hat. But it's time. It's time. And I hope my man Ed from Detroit, aka Info 411. I hope he comes through and sees me honor this bet because there won't be no makeup. After this show, hold on. Let me get some things together. Hold on. Because this is what's going to happen after this. After this debacle is finished, we are going to take the shears. We're gonna take the shears to this hat, and then I might burn it, but I'm not gonna burn it right here on camera because I don't wanna, I don't wanna take things too far. But y'all will see me cut this thing up, and these are nice and sharp. So I can't. I'm just gonna leave these right here. Leave these right here on the side, and let's go. Hold on, let me tighten up this garbage. All right. I haven't worn a baseball cap in I don't know how long. Only time I wear hats is in the wintertime, and I normally just wear Scullies. I haven't worn a baseball cap, and I don't know how long, and I definitely haven't worn a baseball cap to the side. I'm more like as a matter of fact, yeah, we're going to do it like that. I mean, I would just wear it to the back, but that wouldn't be fair because then it would actually be the Trump name. Like, yo, you got to take the lesser of two evils, baby. We got to take the lesser of two evils. So there you go. Yeah. So I gotta do a little something. You know how we do trolls when they come into the room. I normally summon my ancestors. I summon my ancestors. Yeah. Yeah. Ancestors. Get me through the night. Get me through the night. Yeah. 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 Help me out. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Yeah, y'all ready? Let's get into this thing. All right. Hopefully that helps out. Hopefully. I said hopefully. Like if that don't do it, what will? If that don't do it, what will? All right. Well, since I came in with the struggle beads, we might as well get into that before we go any further. I got the struggle beads ready. Y'all ready? If y'all ready, I'm ready. And peace to anybody who's offended by this, by my attire. I'm talking about this hat. What up, great beard? What up, Mr. Big Angry? He doing random nonsense to beg for views. I don't have to beg for views, my dude. I'm only wearing this hat because I lost a bet because Kamala Harris didn't win. I would never wear no bullshit like this, and I don't have to ask for views. People come to see me because I'm dope. So fuck you. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily. And Adina Lamtez, what's good? Thanks for coming through. T Carry, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And hello, world. What's going on now? Just coming on through. Appreciate you. You know how. All right. He said it's an American thing. Man, shut the fuck up. Trezoy. All right, man, let's go. Which one y'all want to wear? Are we doing, which one we going with? Are we going with the one on the left? Are we going with the one in the middle? Or are we going with the one on the right? Which is going to be? Are we going with the one on the left? Are we going with the one in the middle? Or are we going with the one on the right? What it is? What the deal is? Are we going for the one on the right? I'm sorry, on the left? Cow bones. We rock them things till the cows come home. I said cow bones. What we got? We got left. We got two for the middle. We got two for the middle. Stop voting twice, y'all. I can see. All right, we got two for the middle. We got three for the middle. Oh, shoot, y'all about to win. We got four. The middle wins. All right. Shoot, y'all made this easy. Y'all made it real easy tonight, son. All right, here we go. Here we go. DMC and DJ run. Dum diddy dum dum. All right, here we go. Let me get y'all right. Looking good. Y'all looking good. Y'all looking real good tonight. Looking real good. Ladies, you're looking beautiful. You're looking pretty. You're looking sweet. You're looking sexy. You're looking elegant. You're looking very, 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 very gorgeous tonight. Brothers, you're looking fly. You're looking handsome. You're looking debonair. You're looking suave. You're looking smooth. You got on your soft stuff. That's right, the cow bones, baby. Cow bones, baby. Cow bones, baby. We about to start cooking it up tonight. Take a screenshot. Give me what you got to take a screenshot because you like it a lot to take a screenshot. Yeah, you know how it go. Yeah, you're rocking tonight. Red bag of hat with O. Y'all know I had to honor this bet. I was kind of hoping that this night wouldn't come, but looky here. We are here. Now I got good news. Besides me having to rock this trash on my head. And by the way, for those of y'all who just coming in, this is what's going to happen to the hat at the end of this show. Y'all will hang out to the end of the program where y'all see cut this thing to death because this is a one-time thing. It's never going to happen again, and I mean ever. I would never represent this stuff. I feel like it's bad juju coming right there in my skull. You know what I'm saying? It's just messing up my whole spirituality, but it can't really mess it up. You know what I mean? I'm a positive black man, so we'll make sure that I'm gonna honor this bet, keep my word, and I'm sure my ancestors would approve. Some of them might have been MAGA supporters. I know my dad. I don't. All right, man. All right. Anyway. It gets the chop at the end of the show. Now, here's the good news. The good news is that tonight we are not getting topical. And I'm not setting the topic tonight. Tonight, I'm going to let y'all decide what we want to talk about. You know, a lot of people normally come into the chat and they be like, yo, they ask questions. They want to know about certain things. They want advice or whatever. Tonight, we can do it. Tonight I said I'm not going to have a set topic ready to go. We can jump around. A little bit, sort of like Donald Trump does. You know, we ask him a question, then he goes off on a tangent, never answers the question, and just talks about whatever he wants to talk about. We can kind of do that. But I want to talk about the reason that I had to wear this hat in the first place and the significance of me doing that. Keeping your word. We can start it off like that. And y'all can take it wherever y'all want to go after that. Keeping your word. When you keep your word, when you make a promise to somebody or you make a bet with somebody, you got to keep your word. It's part of your integrity. And sometimes people choose intelligence over integrity as if they're the same thing, but they're not. Your intelligence is your ability to learn. That's all intelligence means. It doesn't mean that you're smart or whatever. It's your ability to learn. So most people are intelligent. Some people have a higher intelligence than others. Even animals, and all kinds of other creatures have intelligence. We don't even know that we may have plants that have a cell wall instead of a cell membrane may have intelligence as well that we are not aware of. But when you keep your word, when you keep your word, that spreads out to the people who know you, who depend on you. It spreads out to your friends, your family, your social circle, your job, your employees, your co-workers, your teams, your of course, your children, your spouse, your lovers, even random people who just may be observing how you move and what you do. It means something. It means something to keep your word. So if you're not a person who keeps your word, then it's probably not a good idea for you to put your word out there. That's all I can say about that. If you're not the type of person that keeps your word, then limit the words that you use. Hey, if you know you're the type of person that drinks or gets high and, is Johnny Good Times when that's going on, then teach yourself how to just shut up and have a good time. Don't start talking about what you're going to do tomorrow or next week or how you're going to help out. Don't tell somebody that you're going to help them move furniture when they on move out day, when you know that you sleeping or you know that you're not built for that or you know that when you're sober you really don't care about nobody else. Don't do it. Limit all of that. Limit all that, son. You know what I'm saying? That's how we can do it. Info spot. He says this is going to be a good show. This may be the worst show we ever did in our lives. What up, y'all? All right. Cheryl Halsey, what's going on, Ma? Thanks for coming through. You know, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Adina Lamb says, Hello World says, integrity. Integrity is real shit. It really is. And also, Omar, my namesake. Omar, he says, preach and do not stop preaching. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to reach and will not stop reaching. We're going to teach and will not stop teaching. That's what we're going to do. But my man, Gorilla God King. Oh, man, Gorilla God King, my dude. Yo, he says, why are you wearing that hat? Well, Gorilla God King, my peoples, my South African brother from another, I'm wearing this hat because I made a bet with Info Spot 411, who is in the chat right now. I bet him that Kamala Harris was going to beat Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election, and I lost. He bet me that if I lost, I had to wear a MAGA hat for a day. So I'm honoring my word. I ordered this ugly, disgusting symbolism of injustice and what do you call it? What's another word for lying? Okay, we can say misinformation, false advertising. Yeah, I have to wear this hat for a day. Now, I ordered this hat last week as soon as she lost, and it just got here today. I have never in my life been so unhappy about a delivery. When I got that delivery, when I got the delivery notice on my phone, I was like, fuck! Fuck! I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I got to get through. I said, don't want to do it, but I got to get through it. I lost the bet. Integrity. I got to get to it. Flowing like fluid. I'm never going to stop keeping my word, even if it sounds absurd. And it really sounds absurd that I would be rocking this hat because everybody know where my mind and heart is at. But it be like that when you make a promise, you got to keep that motherfucker, or you can treat it like suckers. And I ain't the one that going to have people walking around because my pride won't let me be a crowd. I'm a clown. Let me tell you something about my pride. That's the shit that made me stop drinking because all inside. I wasn't going to have nobody saying that I ain't nothing but a drunk and I could have been the best, but now I'm a punk. So I had to stop drinking because of my ego and I had to let it go. Get better with my See, I got a lot of things inside, and I'm going to make sure that I ride for my peoples that will ride for me, and that's a lot. So keep my circle small, but I got something that a lot of people don't got, and that's a lot of love, a lot of affection, and I got protection from the Lord above, and I know the ancestors, they be looking over me, saying, yo, stay sober, see, and make sure that you keep your word, and everything is going to be all right, for real, you heard? So that's why I'm wearing this ugly ass hat. That's why I'm wearing this ugly ass hat. Oh, God. But it's going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. After this here, everything is going to be all right. So, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit. Bit about integrity. Keeping your word. Being a man of your word. How you going to be a man? How you going to be a man and not keep your word? Now, had I lost the bet, had I won the bet, I would have held him to his word. I would have absolutely held him to his word. It would have been rough for him to come around here like, yo, man, where that $25 gift card at? You know, so he kept it a buck with me. I got to keep it a buck with him. And in doing so, I got to keep it a buck with y'all. That's all. That's all to it, son. That's all to it. All right, so Omar says, but what if bird is the word? Cheryl Halsey says, did you put a time frame on the bet? Well, nah, if I would have had the hat If I would have had the hat as soon as, the day after the election, I would have wore it then. That way I would have got it off by now and it would have been out of my spirit. So I had to order it, wait for it to come. You know what I'm saying? Then it came today, and that's how it go. Gorilla God King, man. Thanks for looking out. Wade Mansfield says, gotta honor a bet. I do. K-Cell, what's good? K-Cell, you got new sub? Wait. Hold on. Something positive can come out of this. What up, Philip? What up, Christy Cream? 1, 2, 3. I paid my 100. Damn, man, you lost too? Shit, you had to order it. Word. Vendetta says, let's talk about how trifling you are and how your word means nothing. All right, let's talk about that. But we'll talk about how trifling I am and all that other shit that you talking about after I pay homage to my man Gorilla God King and my new subscriber. Let's do a little something different. Because I don't usually play like I want to rap. I'm going to make sure that I tell y'all the hats. It's all about keeping your thing. And everybody's going to recognize me as the king. Well, maybe one day they will, maybe one day they won't. But I know that I'm a never, ever don't be the one that be telling them lies. I'm going to make sure I do this shit cutting the pies. Yeah, I'm here. And I'm glad that y'all here too. Y'all know what we got to do. We gotta make sure that we all stay true. Yo, what's up with you? What's up with your fam? Are you all right? Are you doing good? Can you see the light? Are you making sure that you projecting? Are you doing things to your people to protect yours? What's your neighborhood? Is it all good? On your own 10 toes, is that where you stood? Are you making sure that you shine, just going for mine? Shine. I want to welcome y'all to the DG show. That's Daily Go Getimism, son and O. Yeah, they are the same kind of folks. We run around like egg yolk. That's half his sunny side up. Yeah, are you down with me? Yeah. And I'm down with you. Y'all know how we do. We gonna run around this bitch at 2 like we crew. Y'all come here to hear me on a late night. We gonna make sure that we get our shit right. I would have been here last night, but my internet was fucking up with that. Yo, I'm fat. I'm lost. Yo, Charles in charge. Make sure we do this shit. And we gonna charge no money. Yeah, we get paid. And we gonna do this shit every day. Are y'all ready to get this thing started? We gonna do this thing wholehearted. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of live now. I know it ain't the hat. Couldn't be that. Yeah, let's get this thing going, y'all. Let's get it going. All right. Daily Go Getimism Show. Sun 752, a.k.a. Omar with the rrr. So, like I said, we talking about whatever y'all want to talk about tonight. We gonna get into whatever y'all want to talk about tonight. We gonna keep it a buck. The phone lines are open. If y'all want to call into the show, and suggest a topic that I'm obligated to talk about tonight, we gonna do that. Now, normally I have a topic that's already ready, it's already pre-written. Well, I come off the head, you know what I'm saying. But I normally have a topic that's already that is normally what we're going to talk about tonight. But tonight, you get to navigate. So you got questions, you have suggestions, you got statements, you got receipts, you got whatever, you got problems, you got solutions. We can talk about it tonight. And y'all have just about hour and a half left. So we have a couple of callers on the line. Let me tell y'all how y'all can get into that. If you want to call into this show and suggest or whatever, you just want to bust it up, talk shit tonight, you can do it. You can do it. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes. Y'all, I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1. And that would you ain't got to press number 1. You can just come on. There's never a busy signal. I can queue in 50 people at a time. No bullshit. Just like a conference call, or we can talk one-on-one. It doesn't really matter. So we about to get into that right now. We have 2 callers on the line. I'm going to take the callers in the order that they requested to speak. And you can get in here too. So let me just make sure. Yeah, Gorilla God King says, always honor your bet. Take your W's and L's with pride. I had to do that. Krispy Kreme says, make sure Trump won. Put 100 on Harris. I never win, so I knew she would. Gorilla God King says, damn son, got me belly dancing in the club. That's what's up. My man Brother Haguski, what's up, man? At what time in American history was America a great? So it can be great again, son. It wasn't. It was never great. Not for us. You got this kind of skin. It's been bad since day one, son. All right, I just need like a decade. I can't find that for you. I'm sorry. And when I've asked other people to define it, they haven't been able to do it so well. But it's all right. Timothy Sykes says, dude looks like a lighter Deion Sanders. I've never heard that before. Must be the hat. Must be the hat, because without the hat, I don't think me and Deion Sanders look anything alike. But tonight, I could be whatever you want to be. I could be whatever you want me to be. Hold on, let me get this shit right. Let me get this shit right. All right, Vendetta says, the hat suits you. You're just as narcissistic as he is. I am not. I resent that shit. And I resent you. You go to hell. All right. T. Hill says, if Trump can renege on paying people 6 times, you could. You're right. But why would I want to honor him by doing what he does? I don't think there's anything that he does that I would do in the same way, even making money. I wouldn't want to make my money that way. I don't have any respect for that man. So why would I do what he does? There's some things you have to just do for your spirit. And I'm big on that. Some things are just on principle, my dude. Some things are just on principle. I was looking at a video the other day, and they were talking, and it was Kanye West. And this was all the way back in 2013, and Kanye was talking all this money shit, because Kanye is very driven by financial incentives, and not because he loves money so much. It's because it defines him as his worth. I mean, I don't see how anybody can deny that. But he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking to Charlamagne the guy, and Charlamagne was like, "Yo, man, what happened to the old Kanye? Like, all you talk about is money now, and you're like, what part of the game is that? Before, you used to be active, talking about social issues, pushing the agenda, being more of a rebel. Now everything is about the dollar." And he was in the comments, people was talking about, they don't understand Kanye. He trying to teach them about the music business, and I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's not trying to teach them shit. He's trying. He may let you know what happens and what he has to do to stay relevant, but that's all that was about. He doesn't feel like without the money, he doesn't feel like he a superstar. He doesn't feel like he counts in this world. And honestly, that's not a good position to be in. And I wouldn't want to be that way. See, there's certain ways that I would never want to make my money. All right, T Hill says, okay. But I understand what you're saying, T Hill. I do. Sharice Brewster says, what's up, man? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. You say you're new. Well, I'm glad that you're new, and I'm glad that you're here, and I hope to see you again. All right. Vendetta says you already took. I know. I ain't. You ain't in the hell that I would sentence you to. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll get you there. You said you love the hat, Sharice. Come on, don't do that. I said I agree. I agree on what you're saying. Agree. Okay. PB Simmons says Diddy freak offs. T Hill says there's no principles when rules change often. Well, for me personally, there will always be principles. Crazy Steve. Oh shit, I'm saying that shit like that's my man's enough. He says equipping the MAGA hat gives 10% intelligence. Get the fuck out of here. You sound dumb. But you always do it. It's all good. It's all love. All right, so caller with the last numbers 0297. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thanks for calling in. Glad to see you here. What's good, my dude? How you feeling tonight?
Hey, this is Ed from Detroit, YouTube channel info spot 411.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just want to first say thank you for being a good sport. If Harris won, I would go to the CVS drugstore right around the corner from my house. I get a $25 gift card on my head. Because I also would add not only integrity, but it's character. You can't put a price on having good character, and you're being a good sport about it. I mean, you can always spin it after the show. You could do a video, Zippo fluid versus mega hat, or charcoal fluid versus mega hat, paper shredder versus mega hat. You can make it fun. But two things I wanted to bring up: a bipartisan election issue to talk about, and then diversity of thought.
Okay.
You made me think of something as you were talking. I kind of get, how should I say the word, irked or, irritated when I hear like, oh, you got to go vote. It's a civic duty. It's your civic duty. Man, this is just my opinion. People don't agree with me, fine. It's a freedom. If you want to vote, go vote. You have no obligation to vote. It's a freedom. If you decide for whatever reason, I had a friend of mine said, you know what, I don't vote. I consider all these politicians crooks. And people have the reasons. I see it as a freedom. I hate when they push that like I'm obligated to have to vote or someone has obligated to vote. There's a number of reasons why you vote. I vote, but I view it as a freedom. I just like to get your opinion on that.
I'm glad you brought that up because I noticed this really consistent thing amongst the people who were caping the hardest for Donald Trump in this past election. A lot of those people don't even vote. And I thought it was interesting. And you wouldn't have known that they didn't vote until you started talking to them. Then you find out, sometimes when you started talking logic to them and they'd be like, well, I don't even vote. But, if I did, I would vote for him. I'm like, what do you mean? So all of that shit you were talking, we going back and forth all of this time and you don't even vote? I mean, yes, it is your right. And I believe in American freedoms. You do have the right to vote or not. But why engage or involve yourself in the political system if you're not even a participant? And then you have those people who say your vote doesn't count anyway. The candidate is selected, not elected. And I'm like, okay, if the candidate is so selected, when did it start being selected? Because if you go all the way back to when only white men could vote, then I guess that made the selection process a lot easier, right? Because you didn't have to take into consideration women or anybody else who wasn't a white male. So, I guess that selection was real easy. And was the selection process also good for the re-election? So when they went 8 years, or back in the day, remember you could do more than 8 years. So were they re-selected and reselected and reselected? You're like, I'm thinking like, so you mean to tell me so if voting doesn't matter and the candidate is selected, so all this bloodshed, all of this voter ID, all of this redlining districts, all of this suppression, all of this stuff has been done to protect a selection, the integrity of the selection. You know what I mean? Like, some of it doesn't make sense to me, but I agree. You do have the right to vote or not.
Yeah.
I just, for me personally, I just wish that if you weren't going to vote, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't vote, don't bitch. I still agree with that. But I would encourage everybody to vote, but I will support anybody who doesn't want to vote, whatever the reason is. But I'll make this point. The 2000 election, the Gore versus Bush, that was decided, I believe it was 537 or 538 votes.
Yes.
That Bush won by. Your vote does matter. I still believe Gore won because the simple fact there was 2 counties where Ralph Nader, the third party candidate, got like a record number of votes, and they had those punch ballots, and if they weren't in the right way, people ended up punching in Ralph Nader instead of Gore. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but it's one reason I bring up, actually it does. Sometimes your one vote matters. Then you consider the number of people who don't vote that could have turned a state or, an election. The other thing I was going to, and then get your thoughts on, I wanted to bring up as you were talking, is diversity of thought. See, yeah, I'm white, I'm mostly conservative, but one of the reasons I enjoy tuning into your show is, where would I be as an individual if I only want to surround myself, let's say, with Fox News or Ben Shapiro, conservative type stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, your show is much more in politics, but I think is knowledge, is hearing from people, even if you don't agree with them, is getting that understanding, getting that diversity of thought. That's becoming a more well-rounded person.
Right.
So some people might be scrolling through like, oh, here's another urban liberal, or, he's going to bring up the race issue on this topic. No, you know what? Stick and stay. Hear what's got to get said. Because diversity of thought to me is just as important as diversity in anything else in life. Urban, rural, black, white, Jewish, Muslim, Christian. And not that you got to agree with everything, but that's one of the reasons I like that you're genuine, and then I find you funny on a number of times, but that's one important reason I would encourage people, to tune into your show, is get that diversity of thought.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I was explaining to somebody that I was actually going back and forth with and arguing with online. What I was trying to explain to that person at the time was, I said, I learn more from people who disagree with me than I do from people who agree with me. So I don't have any problem with disagreement. I don't have any problem with discourse. I don't have any problem with debate. I don't have any problems with learning anything new. I'm not the type of person that believes that there's anything, that there's a such thing as useless knowledge. You will find a place to put the things that you know at some point in your life. Sometimes we get frustrated because we're not able to interject our correctness or our knowledge base or whatever into what we're doing at that exact moment. But you have to learn patience. The same way as if I'm arguing with you or debating with you or going back and forth with you, you're not going to just concede to whatever I'm saying and that's going to be that. And I'm not going to do the same thing for you. But maybe later on, the both of us will go back and listen and remember what each other was saying, if any of it made sense, and we'll adopt and place it where we need it for the next time. But we will gain respect for each other. So one thing about this election, and every election that really irks me, is that we're not able to respect each other in the process. Because in this particular election, well, I don't think it was as bad. Well, this is one of the biggest knocks I have on Donald Trump, because he fosters so much division. I mean, if he didn't do that so much, if he didn't draw a line in the sand so much, I could actually stomach him. Maybe. But because he does that, because everything he doesn't like is so bad, and he pushes that agenda, and everything that he likes is so good, but only at the time that he likes it, and while he's doing exactly what he likes, I can't respect that. So that's the problem I have. Even though last week I said I'm not talking about politics anymore, and I really don't want to, but I will say this because this is more about people, and politics is about money from my point of view. It's more about money than it is about people. But one thing I was thinking about. Okay, what pissed you off about the first Trump administration? And because I had to think about this because I'm like, I'm going to have to revisit this again. And one thing that I remember about his first administration that really pissed me off was that people who didn't have appreciation for other cultures, ethnic backgrounds, neighborhoods, countries, whatever. Basically, people who practiced a lot of bigotry, racism, and prejudice, they were very forthcoming with their ignorance and with their insults. That's what I remember about the first Trump administration. And I know a lot of those people have just been chomping at the bit waiting to do that again. And that concerns me. Because I'm never waiting to as much American history as I know, I could be mad at white people forever, every day, and I could turn it up. But I'm like, it's a waste of energy. And not all white people are bad. Not any of all people are good. There are some good and there's some bad. You have to watch out for groups of people who practice bad. That's where the problem comes in. But when you have leadership that fosters people being bad to each other, people not practicing kindness, not practicing patience, not practicing tolerance, not practicing any type of appreciation or learning for each other, I have a problem with that. And I'm like, that's what I don't want to go through that shit again, because I don't want to have to start going back to, well, I never really feed into that, but I don't want people who don't understand what I understand and are not able to tolerate what I can tolerate. I don't want them to have to go back to experiencing that bullshit. I just can't wait to call somebody a nigga and a spick and a gook and all. I'm like, really? Like that makes you feel good? That gets you through your day? That's your coffee? That's your Mountain Dew? That's your fucking Egg McMuffin? Like, we can do better than that. We can do better than that. But but I'm like, all the other shit politically, look, I've never depended on any politician to do anything for me and mine, and I know I'm not going to count on them to do it this time. But it's okay if I'm not asking you to do anything for me. My concern is, are you going to do something to me? Because I'm dealing with a person and an administration that I don't have any trust with. Like, I didn't like George W. Bush, but I didn't necessarily distrust him. I kind of knew what he would do, like the whole, Afghanistan and Iraq war starting thing, or the whole going after Saddam Hussein. I knew he was going to do that. I knew how pissed off he was that his dad only served one administration for one term, and he blamed the American people for turning their back on George H.W. Bush, and he felt like his dad had missed. He felt like if his dad had gone ahead and taken care of Saddam Hussein, then he feels like he would have earned another term. So he figured he was going to take care of it for his dad. Even though I didn't respect that, I didn't think it was responsible. I kind of understood. I can understand how you will ride for somebody even when they're not really right. So, but there were other things that George W. Bush did that I could actually appreciate, even if I didn't agree with it all the way. Like I didn't agree with the whole no child left behind thing. I didn't agree with that policy. However, I understood some of the benefits to it. I understood the motivation for it. And I felt like it was probably coming from a good place. It just didn't serve well. But I also have to make sure that I understand that that's not a black policy. Like so many of my people get caught up in the thinking that, oh, this is just a knock on black people. No child left behind went for white anybody who was in public schools. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not a black, not all black, not only black people go to public schools. So we often get caught up in this kind of shit. So, that was my thing on that.
Oh, that's you made a lot of good points. I mean, me personally, in my lifetime, I'm born in '74. Bush is the president that I hate to use the word. I don't like using the word hate, but the worst president in my lifetime, and I'm just basing this off of how many American lives were lost on war based off of faulty intelligence, and it's like, oh well. Then you had his buddy Cheney getting rich off this Iraq war. Oh, just that's my biggest thing with Bush. And then I'm just speaking as a conservative. I like Reagan. I love when Reagan made the quote, "Be careful when you hear the words, we're the government, we're here to help you." I love that in his peace through strength talk. But anyway, okay, I want to say again, thanks for being a good sport, and I'll let you get to the other callers, and I'm going to be watching the show here and enjoying it.
Well, I appreciate you, my dude. You know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest benefits to doing this show is whatever is meeting people like you. Like, we don't have to agree on politics, and we may disagree on a whole lot of different things, but we're willing and we're open to learning, and that's important. And it serves as a good example to other people who may not have been trained or conditioned or taught to do that. But you have to reach across the aisle. You got to do it.
True.
So, but you're not my enemy. You're not my op. You're not on a different side of anything. So that's the difference. Yeah. You and I don't lose money if we don't do this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess the stakes are a little different.
I'm conservative. But by the way, I'm conservative. I voted for Trump, but I don't have Trump stickers on my car. I don't have a flag out my window going ape stuff. I just don't let this politics control my life. Unless I'm getting paid, like Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire, I'm getting paid like Chuck with the Young Turks. I'm not going too far into it. There's just so much more to life. But anyway, I'm going to let you get the other callers, and I'll be watching the show here.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you.
You bet. Okay. Bye.
I'm never betting you again, though. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah. For those who don't know, that was my man Ed from Detroit, aka check out his channel Info411. He's talking a lot of good shit over there. One thing I wanted to express is that I vote Democratic, but I'm not a liberal. I am not a liberal. There are a lot of there are a lot of liberal policies that I do not agree with. I don't support any of that LGBTQIA. I just don't. That's not my lane. But it doesn't have to be. So, in many ways I have some conservative values. So I guess you could call me a progressive or whatever, but like I don't agree with all that liberal shit. I just know that as far as the overall good, I believe that they have a better plan for the majority of people than Republicans do. I just do. I mean, Republicans don't have a plan for people who don't make a lot of money. And Donald Trump, I don't understand this whole MAGA shit. Y'all can't see that this motherfucker does not care about people who don't have a lot of money. You don't see that shit? Like, if there's anything that sticks out like a sore thumb with that guy, is that he has never struggled he has never been around, hung around, or wanted to be around anybody who hasn't struggled. Everybody and anybody that he has ever shown any attention to were people who were going to help him, people who were going to push him farther. He's very self-centered, So I'm like, I mean, maybe some people, a lot of people choose to see it another way, but they're going to see. Like he doesn't, like this man has screwed over all of his workers. All of his employees have been screwed over. You talk to some of them, like I tell you, like this man don't give a shit about us. He's not like a totally mean guy or bad guy, but he doesn't. If you are corporate, if you're rich, if you're 7, 8, or 9 figures, he's your guy. If you are 4 or 5 or even 6 figures, you just don't have any place for him. Like, I mean, if you look at the tax cut that he gave during his administration, look at who it benefited for real. Like this is not my opinion. This is, I mean, you know, there's some things you have to just read. And all that lying. Talking about, I've never read Project 2025. I believe that because he doesn't read shit. But to say he doesn't know anything about it, like, come on. Now they're admitting, like, yeah, Project 2025 is the agenda. Yeah, you got us on that one, but we won, so it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So 2025, 2026, it's going to be some shit. This ain't going to be as sweet as people think. So the only reason I'm wearing this ugly ass, nasty, disgusting, smelly swamp, cesspool, pissed on hat is because I lost a bet. I voted for Kamala Harris. I thought she was going to win the election. And my man bet me that if she won, then he would give me a $25 gift card that I was going to give to you. And if she lost, then I would have to rock a MAGA hat for a day. So that would be this. We have another caller on the line. First of all, I want to thank y'all for coming through. Please do me one little favor. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I said hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button with the cowbell. With the cow bones. Cowbells. The cow bones. I said the cow bones. I said the cowbells. Hit the like button. I know a lot of times people come into the show, they start watching the show, and they only be thinking about hitting the like button. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to do it. I was going to do it at the end of the show. Nah, don't do that because you might forget. You know what I mean? Or you might go see another channel, do something else, go to bed. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So just go ahead, hit the like button. It just helps the channel. I'm not going to ask you for anything. I'm not selling anything. It's all good, baby. I swear, it's all good. I'm going to thank all y'all for coming through. Before I take the next call, I just want to make sure that I give a shout out to people who just came through. Crispy Bacon, what's good? What's good? He says, you look much better in that hat. Whatever. And Pana Cananama. Wait a minute. What was that? Pana Cananama? Bring out the tambourines. All right, I'm going to do that. Alan says, I'm glad you're telling it like it is. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, listen, I don't have any reason to fabricate things or skew the truth. Well, for what? Aiden Klein, what's going on, man? He said, that's because you live in an area where there aren't real grocers and stores and can choose their prices. Try going to an actual grocery store and find a farmer in your area, dude. I don't know what you're talking about because, I'm sort of like I try to eat naturally. I definitely, buy from farmers markets and things like that. I'm not I don't eat anything that comes in a box. That type of shit. I'm very health conscious. You know what I mean? I'm carrying some extra weight or whatever. I need to take care of that, but I exercise every day. And but no. I believe in organic food and eating correctly and watching things, reading labels, and I don't fuck with GMO, and Monsanto and all that. We don't deal in all of that. Shanice Brewster, What's good? Thanks for coming through, Frankie Martinez. See, I be shouting y'all out, even though y'all be trying to shit on me. Mondo F420. You said you don't agree to treat people like people and have rights. I do so. I don't care what you say. Alan says I can't support him just so much. I'm right on everything. I never did anything wrong. I'm the greatest nonsense. People who are the greatest don't have to keep defending themselves. Man, you're saying you're saying exactly what I say. The dude is no good. I'm just sorry. There's some people who have some good points. He is no good. He is shit. Peach 4561. Do I call you? You can. You see the number up there. You see the number pinned right there. What happens if I call you? Then you get to talk. It's really very simple. Info said, congratulations to Trump. The show tonight. Alan says, I knew you were wearing it to mock MAGA. I tuned in a couple of times. Yeah, you know shit. I wish I would. This is the last look. At the end of the show, we will be taking we will be cutting this thing up, throwing it away. Trash day is in the morning, baby. It's my trash day in the morning, baby. This is going out. But y'all will see this thing cut up real good. Never to be done again. So you're going to cut up the American flag? Yeah. If it's on the hat, I'm cutting that shit up. You lucky I don't burn it. I would burn it if it wasn't in the house. You know what I mean? Shit. If you know Trump has Bibles, I would burn those too. No disrespect to any Christians, but anything with his name on it, I'll burn the shit out of that shit. I would burn him if I got the chance. All right. With that being said, we have a call on the line. First of all, I want to thank the caller for being so patient and waiting. Caller with the last numbers 7797. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind tonight? And hold on, before you start. Hold on. Everything is good, man. I'm feeling like a real man should, except for this hat. Feeling like a real man.
We already know that. We already know that. I'm telling you. Yeah, you might take that hat off and have a full head of hair.
Do you remember the movie Trilogy of Terror?
Yes, I do.
Remember what happened when you took the chain off of that doll? That little tribal doll.
That movie turned me into a bitch as a kid. That movie turned me into a cold bitch. I seen it. They took my mom. You want to go see that movie at Jerry's Corner at the
Oh shit! Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we old, bro. We old.
Well, Jerry's Corner. That's when they had the drive-in up there, ain't it?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We seen it out there along with Cooley High and JD's Revenge.
Wow, classics right there. That Trilogy of Terror was some crazy shit, boy.
I'm gonna say some things. I want the boy from Detroit. I got a lot of respect from the boy from Detroit.
He a good dude.
If Trump voters was like him, I can tolerate him. Cause see, he's humble. It's not the fact that he voted for him. It's the fact that he's humble. You know what I mean? He don't walk around with that smug attitude when you talk to Trump voters, or angry, or like you said, you know, like they, because you do know the term Karen started when Trump was in office. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, but you know, what I want to elaborate on also is that we already have a double standard right now. Because I don't know if you was looking at Fox Sunday, NFL Fox Sunday, right? When they were saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and everybody up there, Terry Starbuck and all of them had their arms over their chest, and Michael Strahan didn't.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they calling for him. They calling for Fox to terminate him. They're trying to do a Colin Kaepernick with him.
Well,
But
what administration? Hold on.
Fucks
What
me up.
administration did the Colin Kaepernick thing happen in?
That happened during Barack.
No, it didn't.
Oh no. That happened during Trump.
And remember how he wanted to handle that?
Yeah, same way. But can I ask a question? How is it? When do this shit stop, man? So you mean to tell me that this man cannot sit back and protest for something that he might believe in, just like Colin? But we got a person that's getting ready to go back into office that calls veterans and people that fought for this country losers. I don't like people that get caught. People that get caught are losers.
Oh, you talking about when he was talking about
John McCain.
John McCain, yeah.
It's not even. I mean, if you hear what he said to Kelly,
Yeah.
George Chief of Staff died. John Kelly. He said the same shit about all the service people, and then you got veterans walking around talking about veterans for Trump. It's a double. And that's the thing. The thing that fucks me up about people, man, is that we sit back, right, and we tolerate, and we sit back and he's for the people. What people? Just what I realized, man, is that the vote is the vote. Now, what you and the guy said about what he was saying about the vote, it is a right to vote. Now, it's a choice to vote, he said. But we have to really, when you're African American, you really have to think about the vote differently.
Mm-hmm.
Because we really didn't get a fair chance at voting until the Voters Registration Act was signed. And it has to be re-ratified because, honestly, we're not supposed to be voting.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're not able to vote, it's going to be anarchy. It's going to be a major civil war. So that's why there's no problem, but that's why they're able to do so much bullshit with black people voting and minorities voting, because that wasn't signed. It's supposed to have been done when Barack was in office, but he didn't have control like Trump has control now. And what I also realized, son, and I'm gonna let you, and I want you to elaborate on this for me. I think this young generation, the generation of the Millie Rock, the Dad, the King Vons, and the Dirks, and the Futures. I think we have a lost generation because they don't understand the culture or their history. Because if they understood the culture and they understand their history, instead of smoking weed all day, and instead of sitting back just listening to the new rap song, they will understand the importance of voting. They would talk to their grandmother and grandfather, or if they still got their great-grandmother and great-grandfather, they would talk to them and have an understanding of what the word nigger means and why it's so painful and hurtful to hear. Because if this guy at the barbershop told me, well, why do you give that word so much power? I said, why the fuck you don't? My sons are taught to, if you hear it and they disrespect you, you punch them in their fucking mouth. That's what I teach them. Because anytime you got so many beautiful words like pussy, asshole, bitch, punk, dickhead, if you go from your bowels and allow it to come through to hit your brain and call me a nigga, then you deserve to get punched in the fucking mouth. So many better words to call me. But when you call me that, you punch me in my mouth. You affected me with something. So just our generation, this next generation, because I've asked all of them, you vote, no, I ain't vote. But why this one? Because see, they don't know the importance. They don't know all the mega average, the mega, what mega average. Martin Luther King. That's the only thing they know is Martin and Malcolm.
Yeah,
They don't know about the Sojourner Truth. They don't know about the Frederick Douglass. They don't know about all those other people that died for that right.
Yeah, well,
yes.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead, finish.
They just think that they think that the election, like I hate people, they think this election is a football game. It's a sport. They don't know nothing about Project 2025. They don't know about the situation that they're going to put in legislation where cops get immunity.
Right.
They don't understand the seriousness about a lot of shit. Women, whoever in this podcast that voted for Trump, I don't want to hear nothing about no Me Too movement. I don't want to hear shit about it. Because you voted them back in. You too, not me too. Mm-hmm. Y'all voted them back in. And y'all voted them back in and ignored the reproductive rights. I don't understand it. You want this government to tell y'all how to deal with your own body. Think about what he has now as his arsenal. He has the presidency, he has the Congress, he has the Senate, and by golly, he has the fucking Supreme Court.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to touch on what you were talking about with today's youth and these entertainers and why they do what they're doing. Well, whenever I look at any of these millennials and any of these Gen Z folks, you know, I have to blame us. I really do. I have to blame us because our generation, us Generation Xers, somewhere along the way, I think we tried to escape the pain, the pain, the PTSD of how we grew up and what we went through. You know, we forget. We obviously forget or forgot what we had to do in order to make it here. I mean, almost to the point where, like, you know how, like, when me and you were growing up, and if we wanted things, we had to work for it. After school jobs, you know, we had the older tradesmen who would take us on jobs and teach us how to do things, and they showed us how to make a living. And I think that because we had to get it popping at a young age in order to have the things that we wanted, which is just something that responsible adults do. But for some reason, we misinterpreted it. And if you notice, most parents today don't make their children work for their money. I don't know where these kids get money. Like, how do you get Jordans and stuff like that? My mom wasn't buying all of that. I had to work so I could get it. But now a lot of our generation want the kids to concentrate on their academics and all of that. And I'm like, but the academics aren't going to make them any money. And why can't you have them concentrate on both things? Like, you can do well in school, and you can also learn how to take care of yourself, be on time, follow rules, you learn how to be a leader. You can do the same. You can do both at the same time without interrupting either side. So, you know, these children only know what has been taught to them. Now, they live in the information age where we didn't have the internet. We had to go to the encyclopedias. We had to go to the library. We had to ask. We had to find out. We couldn't ask our parents or our grandparents what a word meant. They made us look it up. We couldn't even ask how to spell a word. Look it up. Well, remember asking, well, how am I going to look it up if I don't know how to spell it? Sound it out. Remember that shit? Mm-hmm. So we don't do that to today's children. So, like today's youth, they think there is no racism. They think there is no prejudice. They think that's
absolutely correct.
Well,
if you ask them, have you ever been called the N-word? No, I ain't never been called that.
But the thing is that,
I said, well, let me break it. I had to break it down.
But hold on, Troy. But the thing is, we have not prepared them. We've been so we've protected them in the wrong way. We have not taught them. I mean, when I say we, I'm talking black people. We were so happy to make it out of the hood and make it into the burbs where we can have our little 2-car garage, our little backyard, our little front yard, our little, we can finally send our children to better schools and we were so happy to do that we actually showed them how to assimilate. And we didn't warn them that the world doesn't work that way. So now, if your children haven't been exposed to outright racism the way we were, now they think it doesn't exist. They think it's something that's played out. They think they don't, like now everybody can just say whatever they want to say. They can feel how they want to feel. There are no real teams. All teams are kind of joining in with each other. So their social experience is a lot different than ours were, but we have to bear some responsibility for that. I can
agree with you on some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with you on some of that. Sorry for cutting you off.
That's all right.
But at the same token, I try, like even with our generation and a couple, like our generation is the 50 and 60-year-old. The next generation is the 40 and coming up to 50. So between the 30s, 40s, and 50s, between the 30s and 40s, when I sit back and I try to tell these bulls when they be using the N-word, I say, y'all need to stop doing that. I say, it's up to us to school the next generation on how bad that word is. And that even with the ER or the A, it's still the same ass whooping.
Well,
so there's no difference between, I'm using that as, we're taking that and we taking control of it. No, that's not the version of the dictionary. Webster Dictionary cannot give you the definition of the word nigga and say it's an ignorant person. No, because it didn't derive from ignorant person.
Troy, I really didn't want to do this, but I have to warn you about something.
Warn me, bro.
Okay. Teaching your children to exercise violence over some words is about the most irresponsible thing that you could do, because you are actually putting them in harm's way. You realize we live in a city where you can practice stop and frisk. So we're already on that shit during a Democratic administration. We have a mayor who reinforced stop and frisk, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it. They doing this shit, and now we're getting a Republican administration that is not only going to ramp up and reinstate stop and frisk where it had been taken away, but he's also taking all of the cuffs and all the limitations off of the police. So you could be putting your child in not only harm's way, but you could be putting them in the position to be incarcerated or killed on the spot over some words.
Let me give you a little insight. My children don't live in Philly; they live in the county.
That's worse.
The county makes it worse because it's still dominantly white out here. Mm-hmm. So when you sit back, when I first moved out to the county, I was looking at a football game in a bar with some white people with my wife. And the guy looked at the TV and said, "Look at that silverback up there missing that tackle." And then looked at me to see what my reaction was going to be. No, my reaction was taking my rings off and get ready to go punch the shit out of him. Because he was being smart. Because after he said it, he stared at me in my face. But me listening to what my wife said, what my wife did, I calmed it down. But see, I'm not telling my children to go out there off of every word and every instinct to have a reaction from. I'm telling them to have a reaction to a word that's degrading, that's belittling, that's hurtful, and that's heinous. And I don't think anybody should be called that word. And if I'm out on the street and I see if I hear somebody call that word, if it's a kid that say it, I'm gonna say something to the kid if he said it to another kid. And however that kid reacts, then that's their reaction. I'm not gonna punch or hit no kid.
No, I'm not
if I
saying.
see a kid call another kid, if I see another white kid call a black kid that, I'm gonna say, yo, don't do that.
Okay, so why not?
Some black kids might not do nothing at all because they don't know how harsh that word is. The other generation don't know the harshness of the word because they call each other so much. Motherfucking nigga, get out of here, nigga. And now we got a president that closed door. We already know he used the word nigga.
But
see,
all I'm saying is this: when you're teaching your children certain things, you have to really watch what you say to them because they process information differently as you do as an experienced grown man. I know I don't have to tell you this. You know this. You know what I mean? But you putting the battery in their back to punch somebody in the face for calling them a nigga is just as bad as a white, like a skinhead or a neo-Nazi telling their kids, you know, if a nigga ever disrespects you in any kind of way or gets out of line or loses his place, you know, it's okay for you to grab a gun and take him up out of here.
Whoa. So let me elaborate on something. Let me just elaborate. Because if a skinhead, using them analogies is two different things. Because if a skinhead tells their kids if a black person does something to them hurtful, 9 times out of 10, we don't go around disrespecting white people with words like that. We might call them an asshole. We might call them something else. But there is no word, no slur, racial slur that's more hurtful and more painful than the word nigga.
You ever call a white woman a cunt?
No, I never have.
Well,
never. That's not a racial slur.
Yeah, but hey, slur. But that'll take you. It'll escalate a situation. It will escalate. Like you call a black woman a cunt, it has no effect. Just like if you call a white woman a bitch, it doesn't really have an effect.
So what you just set up here and said is like this, right? It's like this. I'm not telling my children, my sons, or my daughters to go out there and whoop ass because they called them a name. I'm telling you that if they disrespect you with that word, then disrespect them back with the word. And the only reaction I can give them is to smack the shit out of them. I'm not going to let that happen. That word has fucked with me for years, and it still does, because I've been called it.
Yeah, but Troy, the way you feel about that word is not the way most people feel about it these days. Well, and you have to understand that. But it's really not a problem because that's
why we got that boy back in the office right now.
No, that's not the reason.
That's one of the reasons, because they don't understand what racism is.
But calling somebody the N-word is not racism.
It's not?
No. It's prejudice, it's bigotry, but racism is when you is making sure that they can't go to school, get a job, or own a house, or do anything because that's the real part of them. That's the real part of it.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You walking down the street. Matter of fact, you walking down the street and you get in an argument with some guy, white guy, and he call you a nigga. Your words will be, you ain't gotta call me that, man. All right, man, whatever. I know, son.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. It's more about the disrespect. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like. I mean, we was already arguing, so you going to escalate. If I'm arguing with a white person or whatever, or somebody of any other ethnic background or whatever race, if we're in a heated discussion, if we're in and we're already exchanging violent energies and without actually putting hands on each other, and then you call me a nigga. Basically, you're inviting me to violence. But in certain situations where you may have the advantage of the legal system or of the majority of people, you may actually be baiting me instead of inviting me. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like you may be getting me to hit you so you can either get me fired off of a job, which even if I knock you out, I've lost that war. Because now I've sacrificed my livelihood. That's not a win for me. Or wait a minute. Or I get taken to jail because no police officer or judge is gonna find me not guilty for using violence over somebody saying something to me. I can't claim self-defense. I can't claim anything. You know, I can sue later, you know, for violation of civil rights, but I've already canceled that out by acting on violence. So now I got a case. Now I got a state case to deal with, and that's going to cost me money, paying for lawyers, going back and forth to court, having to take off for work.
I'm gonna ask you. So, what should my reaction be then?
Well, your reaction should be exactly what you're doing now. You are intelligent enough, and you're definitely smart enough. I mean, I know how smart you are. I mean, in the books and on the streets. So you can find many other ways to handle this situation other than violence.
Well, let me just give you a brief synopsis real quick. I was working at the Clan Bar. You know where Sam's Clan Bar was at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between Gino and Pat State. So Sam said, Troy, we're closing on Thanksgiving. I said, why? He said, well, there's a bunch of bikers came in out here and they have a lot of racist tendency. I said, man, just open up the shop, the bar. I'm going to open it up. Just give me the keys. Some of the workers come in, we'll open up. So I was working the register. So these bikers came in.
Mm-hmm.
And this one particular bike, I still remember, he had some dusty brown hair, this thick ass mustache. He had his arm around his girlfriend. So he was asking me, while I'm taking some orders, he's asking me, excuse me, my man, how much is the steam shrimp? I said, you get 12 for $6. He asked me again, how much is the steam shrimp? You get 12 for $6. He asked me 2 more times. After the second time he asked, I said, yo, I don't even want your money, man. You can go ahead and get out the store. He said, who the fuck you talking to, you fucking nigger? So I'm supposed to restrain myself and say, no, I don't want to lose my job, this, that, and other. Because what Sam told me to do, I'm going by what my boss said. He said, Troy, honestly, if they disrespect you, shoot and kill. I got the 9 in that thing right here, and I'll take care of you. I don't use.
Wait. A business owner told you to do that shit? He could lose his whole business over that shit. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Excuse me. Listen, an Italian white man.
And?
I don't use guns. And I don't bother that. But I do brawl. So when you called me that, you wanted that. So when I slid over the counter like Starsky and Hutch, to slide over their car, and you swung and I came up and I hit you with that uppercut. And then I cracked the towel on the floor with your head. Then you have to understand that you no longer use that consonant N. It's not LM, NOP, it's LMOP now. You don't use N no more, motherfucker. You, in front of a whole restaurant of people, you called me a fucking nigga. Another time, a guy came in there. He snapped on the Sam's daughter. Janine asked me to escort him out. He said, oh, so what, you gonna get the fucking nigger on me? Listen, man. Look. A car, me and my first kid's mom was in a car coming from a family reunion with my brother and my sister. She's holding my son and pregnant with my daughter. a carload of white guys almost hit us. My brother pulled on the side and said, my man, y'all think y'all should pull over because you almost hit us. He said, who the fuck you talking to, you fucking nigga? You asking me to restrain myself from that ignorance?
Yes.
No.
I'm not telling you to, I'm not telling you to restrain yourself. I'm telling you to promote yourself. Listen, you will win.
God hasn't dealt with me on that part yet, bro.
Yes, he has.
When he deals with
yes,
me on
he
that
has.
part,
Yes, he has.
then,
yes, he has.
You know,
yes, he has. Yes, he
I
has.
restrained myself with getting shot. I restrained myself with getting stabbed the fuck up. I'm not restraining myself on nobody calling me a fucking nigga. I'm not doing that.
You can do it.
Now, maybe other people might have it in them, so they can restrain themselves. I'm not restraining myself, and I implore my children to make sure they protect themselves with that word. And then I'll protect them after the fact.
All right.
And if I'm with them, that's how I operate, man. When it comes to my children, I'll be damned. My daughters can walk away from bitch. They can't walk away from nigga. And if they do, that's their choice.
Listen.
Whatever my children are now grown to make decisions that they wanted to. Whatever words they walk away from, that's their decision. I'm telling you what I don't do. And when they were young and they was in school, nobody ever called them that. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they did call them that, I authorized them to deal with them the way I told them that. Because I don't think that that's a word that should be put into a person's vocabulary.
Okay. All right. But listen, man. Listen. There are a lot of words that probably shouldn't be said to people. And I'm not one of those, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. I'm not one of those people. But I am a person that likes to win battles. I like to win battles. I like to win wars. I like to win. And I know when I'm winning, it's just like when you're dealing with some women, not all women, but some women who are hell bent on making sure that they're heard, making sure that they get their point across. And I've known plenty of women who lost jobs over that shit. They lost their jobs over that shit. So, they cussed out their supervisor or the owner or the manager or got into it with one of their co-workers or a subordinate or whatever. So, okay. So you got it off your chest. You said what you needed to say. Because, they defending themselves like that bitch ain't going to be talking to me any kind of way and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So you said what you need to say, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm like, okay. So you got your last check pending. You got fired over some fuck shit. So you probably messed up your ability to go ahead and collect unemployment because they're gonna fight you on that shit. You got 2 or 3 or 4 kids, all that have birthdays and holidays and need food on the table, clothes on their back, and utilities paid in the house that needs a roof over it. All because you needed to get it off your chest, or you wasn't going to let that bitch talk to you any kind of way. So you put their livelihood on blast and in jeopardy because you couldn't not say what you needed to say. Well, good job, Ma. You did great. I hope you fucking proud of yourself, because I know goddamn well on the next job you going to think differently. Like, you know what? I could have just maybe, instead of saying what I gotta say, maybe during my break I'll go out to the parking lot and yell and scream in the car, or call my man or my girlfriends or somebody, and I'll express myself. Maybe next time I'll go to I'll keep a file on them, put it on the notes in my phone, times, dates, what was said, and go ahead and submit that to HR the same way that they was doing to me. Maybe I'll learn how to play this fucking game instead of throwing the ball or taking the ball home with me, which won't allow me to win. Maybe you gotta be smart. And violence has never proved anybody to be smart.
Right?
And I'm not against no violence. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I'm not against any well-placed violence. But it ain't gonna take no money out of my pocket or put me in jail, because that's not a win. Or in the casket.
Let me break this down to you. As recently as 3 months ago, I got promoted to sous chef.
Mm-hmm.
All my cooks in the kitchen are African American cooks. So when I turned back around, one cook I got promoted on a Wednesday. I was off Thursday and Friday. One cook tried to call out, and I tried to explain to him I don't think that was a good idea, since the chef just said this, that, and other. He was like, "Man, I ain't trying to hear that fucking shit." He hung up on me. So I had a rapport with this guy. So when I came into work the next day, and he supposed to have been there at 2 o'clock. He came about 2:45. I said, "Excuse me, Joe, is it possible for us to run off and talk for a minute?" "Man, get the fuck away from me, dog. I don't want to talk the fuck to you. You ain't shit to me." I said, I'm your subordinate. You ain't shit to me. I knew you didn't know what the word subordinate meant. So I said, I'm your sous chef, right? Fuck it. If you my sous chef, do my fucking job. He got to the point where he was like, "Come on." I said, "If you hire drunk, I'm sending you on." He said, "Come on, fucking dog. Fuck you. I ain't high drunk. Let's go the fuck outside, you fucking pussy. You fucking bitch." I humbled myself, and I didn't say shit. I went to the general manager, and I went to the food and beverage manager and the general manager. I went by the book. I followed the chain of command. The chain of command fucked me around. I went over their head. They fucked me around. And you know what happened, son? They gave me a final warning because I didn't want to sit down with the guy and have a mediation after number one, he should have been suspended or fired, because that was a threat.
Okay.
I don't want a black man to get fired, but had they suspended him, like they suspended the guy that came in high on Xannies and found a place to go to sleep, and just they suspended him on a Friday and fired him on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody threatened me and called me outside, and I go by the book. Y'all didn't suspend this man, and then y'all give me a final warning because I said I don't want to sit down with him. And y'all put me in a hostile work environment, but yet I'm the asshole now.
Well,
I can humble myself. I even tried to call lawyers and stuff on this. There's nothing that a lawyer can do about that situation.
Well, lawyers will take your money for anything. So it's better to put
not these lawyers.
Well,
I told them about this.
Well, they don't.
Nobody would take my money for that.
Well, you should be thankful to them for not taking your money, because a lot of them will. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't feel like don't care if you have a case or not. They're gonna take your money. So maybe your lawyer said, "Okay, all right, well, you know what? I'm gonna do them a solid this time, and I ain't gonna go there, because if they don't take your money, believe me, they ain't got no case. They ain't got no problem taking your money, not at all." But hold on, man. We got another call on the line. We'll make sure that we get her on in here. She's one of our favorites. She hit us up, a couple of times last week, and it was always a pleasure. So call her with the last numbers. Yeah, 9843. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind tonight? Thanks for holding.
Hey, it's Cheryl. How you doing?
Hey, feeling like real men over here.
Okay.
Good to hear from you.
I'm just going. Yeah. My Peter guy, this is a little bit on what George was saying. I don't think, in my mind, my children, black people, racism is never going to leave here, not until Jesus comes back for her. That's what I believe. We pray for peace all the time, but it's not going to. I just don't think it's going to happen. But at any rate, I must say I'll be quick. I'm just looking at something. I told you when I had to move to KC, Kansas City, with my husband for his job. Okay. I finally took my 5-year-old child. I left him with the older one. And it was just me and my husband and the baby. And then, when we got in there, see, children are being taught, Let's say, my little boy, he was, like his father taught him, he was 6. And he was like, if he gets you, the little boy next door was a little white boy. But anyways, he said, if he hit you once, and you hit him 5 times. And so I kept, I just thought about it, and I said, this is happening too much. He's beating a little boy up every day. And so I told him, I said, hey, Troy, ask him if someone is telling him, who's telling him to hit you? And so he said, my grandpa. And I'm saying, when children are being taught this all their lives, it is what it is, I mean, they grow up like that. And so what we done, we moved across the bridge to Kansas City. We were in Kansas City, Missouri. And we had to be around more, even though a lot of people there were from General Motors too. But it was more or less more Caucasian, But anyway, we moved to Kansas City, Kansas. Very much different. More, but different nationalities. More or less black, But anyway, I say that to say that was way back then. And what was that, the late 80s? But then here about a month ago, my oldest daughter and her daughter and, her son-in-law, they went to dinner. And the man waited until her husband got up to go to the bathroom. And he was just sitting there talking about how they're going to kill the niggers and so forth and so on. So my granddaughter got up and her mother was around the corner sitting. And she told her, she said, let's go, I don't feel comfortable. So she finally told her what had happened. And so they got to the door, and then my daughter, my oldest daughter, she went back, and I mean, she just went ballistic, And I was like, you can't do that, and you was in a public place like that. I said, no, if anything, they would have, if you had to put your hands on that man, you would be in jail. I'd be bailing you out. But like I say, racism again, and she's experiencing it. And I'm trying, like I said, I pray for peace, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And like what Troy was saying, it just depends on what kind of mood you're in, Same thing goes for my husband. Him and that white guy came into a fight because he called him a nigga. But they both had to cop out to, it was just the stairs. The stairs needed fixing. They said they slipped. Okay, because fighting on the job is an automatic termination.
Sure is.
And so, even though he fought him, they both agreed just to say it was the stairs. And which they did, they fixed the stairs, But the racism thing is just going to be here, and you just have to know how to deal with it. Like I said, it depends on what frame of mind you're in. Because when he called him one day, he just called off and done what you do, And like I said, I think it's just going to be here, but we try to teach our children, try to get past it, try not to be around it. I mean, it's hard saying don't be around it, but, at the same time, in their homes and what have you, the neighborhood that we're in, there's more Indians here than blacks. We moved out of the hood because it got too rough. But I just think it's gonna be here, son. I mean, like I say, we pray for peace, and then when you got people promoting it, like I hate to say that man's name, but anyway, you're saying certain things to people, and you can read between the lines, when he's talking. It's just, it's just gonna be here, and it's just something we got to deal with, but we got to know how to deal with it.
Well, this
I just, well, I know, just like you said, a lawyer will take your money and know already what time it is, But like you said, he they made him out to be the bad guy. But anyway, you went to school for law, so you know what time it is. But again, it just depends. Like I said, you might lose your temper, what have you. It's hard to get around that with people. Now, black people, we always, I don't so much, but the guy is nigga, he's what's up, nigga, blah, 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 blah. That's just the way we talk, our culture, And so it's just it's a hard thing to deal with. But like I say, only thing we do is just continue praying for peace.
Sorry for interrupting, but see, what I do with my kids now, and they older, and some of them, some of them are working. I tell them, if that word come out your mouth now, if they come out that word while you at work, no, you don't do nothing. Let's see what the job is. And if the job don't terminate them, suspend them, or fire them, which that's termination right there. That's when you sit back and you go to the EEOC, and you go to your lawyer's office. See, I want to hit the pocket. Then I gotta put my hand on you now because I'm at work. I'm not gonna lose my job for that. Right. When you outside that job and you call me that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, it depends on where you are, though, because, like I said, again, it's a hard thing to get around, and I'm trying to teach, what I have. Trying to teach what I have some going through, but at the same time, you try to teach them, what's right and what's wrong, and they know when they're being disrespected, So, the best thing you can do is, like I said, just know that God is with you at all times, and He's going to be there. It's just you got to use your own common sense, And like I said, when I was younger, naturally, I used to fight a lot, but after getting married and what have you, I calmed down so I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my own self, But anyway, it's just something that's going to be there. But I want to ask you guys something. With Donald Trump, what do you all think about the pictures that got leaked and the Russians with Donald Trump's wife? They made him go public with his wife being nude. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about it and I saw it. I think it's interesting. All right, so Putin. Well, I don't want to say Putin, but the Russians leaked some old pictures of Melania, some nude pictures, because she was she used to be a nude model and all of that shit. But so Putin's top guy is only going to act by the orders of Putin. So if he doesn't approve it, then it's not going. If Putin doesn't approve it, it's not going to happen. So so it's looking like. So how Donald Trump said within 24 hours of him being elected, he would be able to take
Right.
care of the whole, conflict with Ukraine
Well, first it was
and the
we
whole
were in the
Israel.
war.
And yeah,
Mhm.
he said he was in that war, and he also said that he could end the conflict in Gaza, in the West Bank or whatever. So the whole Israeli Palestinian conflict. So it's not really working out that way. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it looks
Well,
like Russia, Putin and the Russians. Not only I'm hearing rumblings that Donald Trump owes Russia for the role they may have
Right.
played in influencing the election and all this shit. But one thing is for sure, he ain't giving up this motherfucking war.
Right.
But for them to leak the pictures, what part of the game is that? Like,
What part of the game is? See what it is. When you got a person in office that got his hands on the nuclear numbers, and you can push a button by showing new pictures of his wife, and you want to see what you want to do now. So what I did? What you want to do?
Well, the thing is, that's supposed to be his boy, though. That was his man. He said that was his man. Like Putin respects him, and you know what I mean. Everybody respects him. So I don't know. I'm sure there's more to the story than just what the headlines are saying or what's being reported. But I don't know.
See what people don't understand, son. What people don't understand is that the last time this man was with the president, right? And what you said is that what you said earlier, I could respect. I'm part liberal, but I can be conservative. You understand what I'm saying? Let's put it like this: if Donald Trump was a Democrat and I'm a Democrat, I wouldn't vote for him either. Whether he's Democrat, independent, whatever, no, because like I said, certain things shouldn't be voted for.
Right.
But at the end of the day, right? This man has his hands on the nuclear codes. This man has his hands on the pulse of America right now. This man, what you said again earlier, son, is that he brings the ugly. He brought the division, and now he's gonna bring the ugliness out.
Right.
And that's the scary shit. That's the scary shit right there. Because when you bring that ugliness out, and you bring all that disrespectfulness out, and that racism out, you don't know how hard this shit is gonna be. Not just for us, for women too, women too.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, no matter how much I talk, what I just said about that N-word, thank you for giving me insight about how you feel, son. You understand what I'm saying? I can respect that.
Well, all I can
saying about this.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What I'm saying about that situation that's dealing with this, when we was a laughing stock when he was in office. He think he was doing things good, like going over there to Russia and kissing the bull ring.
Right.
And having secret meetings with him without sitting. You're talking to him before you even run for president, so you cool. You probably wilding with him. You're not even supposed to have conversations with him.
Right.
But see, this is the double standard.
Right.
So people, it's because what pissed me off the most was that people sat back. I sat up here and I said, we sat back and celebrated when OJ got off. He broke the system. He got over in the system. Oh shit, OJ's the shit. But y'all sat back and y'all investigated all this bullshit about Kamala, and y'all can't celebrate that woman.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then y'all sit back and y'all investigate her and want her to be a model citizen.
Right.
Then y'all vote for that man.
And I doubt if he's going to even do any time. Honestly, I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't believe he's going to do any time. And
no.
Chat.
He can pardon himself from the federal crimes. But them state crimes, he can't pardon himself from.
Right.
So,
Right. Well,
listen.
unless he passes away in office,
Listen,
I gonna be there for
I don't listen. I'm not saying what that motherfucker can or cannot do, because this motherfucker does the impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This motherfucker, he's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, he done everything else he can't do.
Right.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
The fuck, like.
Well, that's why I say I'll believe it when I see it. And like I say, I just tell God, I tell God on it. That's all. That's all I can do. Because my thing is, I don't even see how he ran for president, With all these summers said it was 91 and he got dropped down to 34. But not only that, a person put in a comment on this Tennessee Broncos podcast. Okay, well, if that be the case, if he's going to be our president, when you fill out the application and it says, are you ex-felon? Do you have something? And so they should remove that from the application. Well, I think they should, because he's going to allow a felon to run the country. And I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that something will work out. They have until the 20th of January?
Listen,
man. The inauguration.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to that motherfucker. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Yeah, I mean, everything has been going his way, and everything is gonna go his way. Only he can get in his way.
Maybe.
What I'm saying is, so far with this first administration,
so far
he was the only one that got in his way. Nobody else ever stopped him. He stops him.
Right.
So at 78 years old, I expect him to stop himself a lot more. Either that or gravity and age will stop him. But other than that, we stuck with that.
Well, I still have trust in the Almighty.
Well, exactly, but I think the Almighty is allowing him a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
You know what? And I thought about it like that too. I said, well, he may be doing this for a reason.
It's always a reason.
If you stop and look at all the people that follow this man, we're getting still the first commandment. We say we're jealous God, and it's not supposed to be nobody in front of God. And these people are treating Donald Trump like he is a God. And so I'm like, well, the Lord maybe just testing people, just to see, people that claim that they believe that he is the head of their lives. Is he really? Because a lot of people are idolizing this man so much. It makes you wonder. Well, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Troy, good talking to you again.
Amen, man.
Talk to you later. Okay? Have a blessed night, y'all. Okay?
I appreciate you calling in, as always.
Watching.
Have a good night.
Okay. All right. Love you guys. Okay.
All right. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Amen.
Always a pleasure show coming through. Appreciate it. Listen, if any of y'all want to call in, the lines are open. I see some people popped in, dropped off. The line, as you can see by calling in, the lines are never busy. We'll get you on up in here. I know y'all might think we taking too long or whatever to get to you, but everybody gets their chance to speak. I want to thank y'all in advance for coming through and rocking out with the Daily Go Getimism show. And the title of this show is The Reason Why I'm Wearing a MAGA Hat Tonight. It's because I lost a bet and I'm honoring the bet.
Don't bet no more.
Man, I stopped gambling. Well, no, I never stopped gambling because I never had an addiction, but maybe I should have. You know what I mean? Things might have worked out a little better, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, I mean, as long as I get a chance to rock with y'all, I'm good. I'm not mad at the situation, but we're talking about basically whatever y'all want to talk about tonight. So y'all are driving the topics of this show. We're almost done. We got about 5 minutes left in the show, but I'll still, you know, if y'all want to call in on the 11th hour or the 11th minute, or whatever, maybe the 59th minute, we'll still take your call. We'll still rock. You know what? I thought about something earlier, and something had happened that I thought was interesting today, and I'm having like this brain fart because I can't really remember what it was, and I thought maybe that would be a interesting thing to talk about. Let me check the comments to see.
Yeah, I do want to ask you one thing, son.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is more of an observation. I was talking to one of my boys, right? And I was thinking about Elon Musk, and I was thinking about Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and, you know, Tesla and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, I looked up their worth. I think Elon Musk is worth $238 billion. Jeff Bezos is worth 265 or 68 billion.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, the greed is keeping them to want to get tax breaks. You know, how can you be so fucking greedy when you can go around the United States and give everybody $1 million and still be a billionaire? You done something.
Yeah.
But to be that fucking greedy, man.
Well,
To be that fucking greedy.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, which I don't normally like to do.
I knew you was. That's why I said.
Well, all I can say is this: I try to, you know, take the most rational and logical approach to shit. If I was the type of person that made more money by mistake than most people do on purpose, then money would be my thing. I'm not even sure if it's a greed thing for them anymore. It's probably more of a power thing, or it might be just a thing that doesn't really mean that much to them, because when you start getting really good at something, it's hard to just stop doing it for whatever reason if it fulfills you. Of course, to us, it's going to look like, you know, you've made enough money. Like, why would you keep working? Why would you keep doing this? But of course, we're going to look at it from that standpoint, because this is not our thing. Just like if
90 seconds.
We might be looking at it from that standpoint, even if we weren't talking about billionaires or trillionaires or whatever, if there's a such thing as a trillionaire yet. But, you know, like we look at athletes who get like this big contract, and we think like, well, why would you even, you know, after you fulfill this contract, why would you keep playing? Why would you blah, blah, blah? Well, probably because that's their thing. That's what they do. You know what I mean? So it looks like greed to us, and it may very well be greed. But I'm a little leery nowadays of calling somebody greedy, but, you know, just because they do what I wouldn't do, or because they do something that I don't appreciate. That's not to say that they don't have greed, because I'm sure they do. But they may have another motivation for doing what they do. Plus, I don't have any desire to be in anybody's pockets. I'm like, all right, so you want more, you have a lot of money and you want more money. Okay, I get it. I might be an overeater. I've had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I still want more food. I might be a gambler. Yes, I've been at the casino all day. You know what I mean? I haven't gone to work. I quit my job, lost my job over this gambling. I still want to gamble again. You know, and we could talk about things being an addiction versus a hobby versus something that's healthy for you. We just don't know, you know. But all I know is the money that they make doesn't necessarily directly affect me. So I mean, go ahead and get your paper. I'm just trying to get to the seven. I'm trying to get to the seven figures. You know what I mean? But hold on. We have a call on the line, and this is going to be our last caller because that's going to take us to 4 o'clock, and you know how I am about 4 o'clock. And it just turned 4 too. I'm like, all right. Caller with the last number is 1-850-1850. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind this evening? What's good? Or this morning? Yeah. Are you there?
I was just listening to the show, and I just wanted to discuss my aspect on it all, because the first time I voted for Trump, right? The first time he was in office, and I haven't voted since. But I was just curious your opinion, because, like, looking at how all this stuff works, it's very obviously like a facade. Like, yes, he has his aspects about the economy. He has a positive effect on that. But with the depth of the lies that we are told from our rulers, it's very obvious that he's still a part of the problem. Would you agree?
He's always been a part of a problem.
Always.
Are you talking about a financial problem? Or what kind of problem are you talking about specifically?
So they say, like, there's some very rich people that want to, like, control us, and we're all, like, on a farm, and they want to, like, turn us into androids or some shit. Like,
Oh, okay. You know what? I really hate.
like, we're here to be controlled.
I hate to regurgitate things that I've heard in corporate media, but I'm going to have to say this because I do agree with this. Donald Trump is an oligarch, and anybody that he brings along with him and anybody that he services are going to be oligarchs. Now, oligarch is one of those words that we may kind of know the meaning to. But and many people may use the word and don't know what it means. So I'm going to give y'all the definition of what an oligarch
Break
is.
it down. Break it down.
All right.
Break it down.
So, okay. So an oligarch is a very rich business leader with a great deal of political influence, particularly with reference to individuals who benefited from the privatization of state-run industries after the collapse of the Soviet Union. It seems
I'm familiar.
okay. No, well, there may be plenty of people who aren't familiar, and it's important that we define certain words and their origin so we understand where they come from. An oligarch and an oligarchy is not an American concept. However, it is a political concept and a financial concept that we can understand. It's a social concept as well. So, we're talking about people who are very wealthy and very influential. Basically, the people who can make it rain. And these are people who can make life very difficult for you, or they can make life a lot easier. And they normally choose to make life difficult for people who are of the lower class because they don't care about them. They figure, they don't have a lot of sympathy for them. But we are entering an oligarchy, and I've always known what an oligarchy for them in America would be the elite. So he's an elitist. So we know that he's obsessed with money. But I think it's interesting that he has tried to dumb it down. He doesn't seem to listen to advice very well, but he's smart enough to figure that, look, they're way more lower class or poor people or middle class people or people under seven figures than there are people above that. So I have to make sure that I appeal to them, and he's done a good job. He's done an excellent job of it. He's fooled a lot of people, but it's like, now what? Now I'm interested. I'm interested in you said you didn't vote for him, or you didn't vote at all this election, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't vote in 2020 either?
That was the first and only time.
Wait. Hold on. So wait. So you voted for him in 2020, but not 2016?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Can I just ask for one question?
Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to just slow down. Let me do this first. I'm interested to know, why didn't you vote for him in 2016, and what attracted you to vote for him in 2020 and not 2024?
Well, I wasn't old enough in 2016, and I
Okay.
didn't feel like leaving the house for it in 2024, if I'm being honest.
Just didn't feel like leaving the house. But would you, if you felt like leaving the house, would you have voted for him?
Well, yeah, because I'm invested in the stock market, and he typically makes it go up, and literally only for that reason.
So with Biden having record breaking stock market numbers, you think Donald Trump is going to beat that?
I was there in 2020 when Biden first came into office, and that was actually one of the record dumps of the stock market. It was actually very downhill for, that 4 years, from my perspective.
No, it was down for 2 years,
yes,
not 4.
It had its moments, but
No, it was only down for. Wait, Troy.
It was still
like when COVID first
Listen,
hit,
man.
the airlines
Listen, man.
dropping
Don't make me mute
90%.
you. Let me do this.
It's crazy.
Let me do this. So, I realize that it's unpopular to defend Biden, but he's had a very successful presidency against all odds. He has.
Do you think he's a real and conscious person and anything but a senile old man?
I don't think he's senile at all. I think, if anything, Donald Trump is more senile than Biden is. Biden is aging. Trump is fucking batshit crazy. Trump is actually demented.
So Biden's, stuttering and crazy stories that he tells, corn pop, you know what story I'm referring to, or him not being able to find his way off stage.
Wait.
That's in acting, or you just aging,
All of the things that you have described, Donald Trump has done the exact same thing. It depends on what channel you watch. Now, they've just like everybody wants to get on the Democrats for hiding Biden's problems, or his so-called problems with aging and his cognitive abilities. You don't think that they're hiding Trump's?
Well, I'm a very unbiased viewer of this stuff, and I haven't seen that. I'm just taking your word for it at the moment.
Yeah. It really depends on what channel you watch. So if you watch Fox, you're never going to see anything bad about Donald Trump. Never. And if you watch
I don't watch the news at all.
Okay, well, I do. You know what I mean? And you know why? You know why I still watch the news? Because Donald Trump said not to. And I'm not going to allow one man to somebody who is obsessed with power like that is not going to tell me what I should be listening to and what I shouldn't be. So he says only to listen to him because he has all the answers. And I don't think he has all the answers. So I don't want to hear that shit. I know a lot about the media. Like the two men that are on this line tonight, we've been in show business combined for 40 years. So
But you look at aspects that happen in the world, like COVID, like 9/11, and how the media, Trump and Biden, how they will all lie to you about these topics, and you still go to them for information.
Well, okay. Let's put it this way. because you know when we talk about who lies or whatever, there isn't a politician who doesn't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like there isn't a human being that doesn't lie. So if
I
you
don't lie.
okay, you just told one
What?
that you just said that you don't lie. There's no way that you've never told a lie. There's no way. There's no way humanly possible that you could be telling the truth by saying that.
If you ask me that I miss seeing you or something like that, I may lie and say yes. But on the whole, I don't lie.
So, like I said, there's no human being on this earth. There's no human being on this earth that doesn't lie. Now, even if you aren't, no, it's not a cop out. When you hear me finish what I'm going to say,
there are no absolutes in this world. It is a cop out.
Okay, so it's a cop out that everybody is it a cop out that everybody lies or that they don't? Which one is a cop out?
To assume that anything is absolute. That would be a cop out. Yes.
So you don't think I can find evidence that everybody lies?
Oh, I'm not doubting that at all. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So where's the absolute? So where's the absolute?
Exactly. There aren't any.
Okay. So
it's a guarantee that you'd be right if you go that route.
Okay. All right. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't practice lying yourself, you have relied on someone who has lied to you before, whether it was your parents or your friends or your boss or your teachers. Somebody has lied to you, and guess what? You got past it, and you went to them again and again and again. All right. So if
where you got it wrong. I don't go back. I got them wrong.
You didn't always know when they were lying.
Okay, but I know that they do. If they do it at a high percentage, I don't listen to those people no more.
Okay, if you're talking about if you knew that they were lying. So wait a minute.
Yeah, well, I find out.
So hold on, let me get this straight. You're telling me, and by the way, how old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay, you're 23 years old.
Very well read.
I'm not questioning your acumen or your intelligence. I just wanted to know which age frame I'm dealing with, because you were born in the 2000s. You are a super Gen Z. All right. So what I'm saying, so you mean to tell me that everybody you have ever found out lied to you, you have cut them off?
Yes. Yes.
Then you sir, you're going to have such a long road ahead of you, all by yourself, because it's not necessary. It's not necessary to cut off. It's not necessary to cut off people who lie. What's necessary is for you to learn when they're lying and when they're not, and when you can benefit from whether they're telling the truth or lies. Because just because a person tells you the truth all the time doesn't make them a decent person, and it doesn't make them a useful person. You may need them not to tell the truth, or at least to keep their fucking mouth shut at certain times. So I'm saying all of that to say that although I think and I know that all politicians skew the truth, tell lies, or say things that will catapult them into success or power, by not expressing the real facts about something. The same way I can listen, I can know that they're not going to be 100% truthful. I can also decipher that they're going to tell the truth about these things, and I can use that, and they're going to lie about these things, and I don't have to use that. So I have to learn how to be more resourceful. I'll have to learn how to be smarter. I have to learn how to use what's available to me. The world doesn't work the way I want it to, or that I like it to. It works the way that it actually works. So whether I watch the news, whether I use the internet, whether I read books, all of those things are said from a certain perspective and a certain motivation. Normally those motivations are money. Normally those motivations are money. Now, if I'm resentful of that, then that's my problem. But I can't live my life in a vacuum. So like there are things that I know about Biden, about his past that I don't appreciate. But I also have to, but there are things about my own damn self, historically that I don't appreciate. And everybody else. What I have to determine is, what are they doing now? Are they more like the person that I had contempt for before, or are they better now? Even if they aren't up to snuff of what I want them to be, because they can't be that, and they probably have no interest in being that. Are they doing enough to be useful to me? There are things that Donald Trump says, as much as I hate him, there are things that he says that I say, well, he's telling the truth about that.
I hear what you're saying, but I would just like to point out that there are good sources that don't come with those problems. Take, for example, Alex Jones. He's been right on the high percentage.
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones. If you talk about the Alex Jones that said that the shooting of them little kids in Connecticut was a lie.
You mean the Alex Jones that got sued for that? They got sued for that shit?
He did get sued for that. He did have some very convincing evidence. Those doctors laughing in the video when they were supposed to be crying and sad. He's saying those doctors weren't doctors. They were paid actors. These people exist.
Yeah, go ahead, man. We got 5 minutes left. Let's go ahead.
Let me speak to you for a minute. First of all, I would like to thank you for calling in on behalf of some, because you're 23, and a lot of people your age don't call in and listen to elders at times. But when you talk about, I want to talk to you about Alex Jones in a minute and Donald Trump. But you do know that these economies and this unemployment rate that Donald Trump coming in on, they're great right now. When Donald Trump came in 2016, he came into a great job market and a great economy. When he got in there, he fucked the economy up. He did that.
Our pockets were booming when Donald Trump was president.
Right. Your pockets was booming because of Barack. The economy was set.
Okay.
When they transfer over power to the next president, he gets that economy and he gets that job market and he gets the stock market. So yes. So in 2020, when Donald Trump was in office, even though the stock market was staying stabilized, during COVID, it took a bottom drop. And when in the first almost year and a half, when Biden came in office, the stock market wasn't as good as it is now.
Then we get to get some good information in, because, the next 4 years, if it's good again, we can say it was Trump. But
if he's talking about putting tariffs, all these tariffs on these countries, the stock, and first of all, let me just say this to you, young man. There's a portion in the Bible that says, what does it profit the man to gain the world and lose his soul? When you sit back and you really listen to Donald Trump, and you listen to his racist rhetoric, and you listen to his misogyny, and all that other stuff, like if you have a daughter, at this point in time, when you have a daughter, and these laws that Donald Trump has put forth, your daughter, if your daughter get raped or anything like that, God forbid, or have a miscarriage, she's gonna go through hell to get an abortion because of the laws that he's putting in. If you got a sister, it's gonna happen to her. These are the things that you don't need. Matter of fact, 2025, they already got on giving cops to go ahead to do whatever they want to do now. That's what they're signing off on. So when you sit back and you think about all this stuff and the racist rhetoric, because you can't tell me, if you're a 23-year-old that's highly intelligent, like you said, and you do your homework, so you can't tell me you ever heard no racist remark from Donald Trump.
You can't tell me. Remember.
Not that you remember. All right, well, let's just go through one of them. Haitian people are eating dogs, cats, and pets. That's racist. When he mentioned Haitian people and he mentioned Mexican people, you do know that there's Ukrainian immigrants in the United States, don't you? A lot of them.
How about
Predominantly white.
wait? How about when he said black people
Yeah,
are
but-
supporting him because he went to jail? Go fuck out of here.
How about calling
Or that he
African nations
because he
children?
might go to jail. The fuck out of here.
I
Calling
mean, the
African
Haitian was
countries African
more
nations.
recent.
No,
If you're doing voodoo and you got a sacrifice, you know, if they killed a cat for the sacrifice, did they actually, you know, I mean, like, did they eat it?
The bottom line is he didn't fact check. He didn't even give a shit. He knew that people would believe that, you know, even the mayor, the city controller, the governor of all of that state, and the actual citizens of that town said that was all
white
false.
citizens.
I mean, so I mean, the bottom line is, you know, he took the shot and he did it maliciously, but he didn't suffer because of it. He still won the election, and that's that. So
But see, I know you gotta get ready to go, son. But see,
no, it's over. It's over. We are done. Listen, I want to thank both of y'all. Look, it's almost 4:30. But it's over. I'm sorry. I love you, but it is over. Over. Appreciate y'all. Yo, while y'all were talking, I cut up this nasty ass hat. It's gone. I mean, I got like 1,000 pieces on this bitch. Good. You know what I mean? So, I need to do something to sanitize this shit because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to. This shit will fuck around and kill the bugs in the trash can. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't want a raccoon to tear out the trash and choke on this MAGA hat. But listen, I want to thank both of y'all for calling in. I appreciate it. Mucho. We will be back tomorrow night, so make sure y'all come on through. I'm gonna do these birthday shout outs, and then we're gonna be gone. We're through with it. Through. All right, y'all. Peace. Good night. All righty. Appreciate those cats coming through, representing. So as y'all can see, I cut up the hat. You know what I mean? I wore it. And woo! Adina said, show the tag, show it was made from. Well, see, the thing is, now they have all these independent contractors selling these hats. So, you know, it is what it is. It's not like I bought this from the official MAGA website or whatever, if there is one. But listen, I had to wear a hat. I wore the hat. I'm actually glad I did it because I wanted to make sure that I honor my word. My man Info Spot 411, he's a good dude. And you know, we may bet on something else at another time down the line. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 12th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Hold on, man. Let me see. Let me get this thing together because I get this thing together because. All right. My girl Kia Harris, Kia Taylor. Happy birthday to you, and also hold Certain people coming up with 2 birthdays. Oh, that was the 11th. My bad. All right, let me get to the 12th. Okay. Fatima Salazar, happy birthday to you. And Minerva McIntyre, no relation. But what up, cuz? Happy birthday to you. And also Cassandra Harris, happy birthday to you. And she's raising money for the American Heart Association. And Rodriguez Yorena Maria, happy birthday to you. And man, I gotta have to give a posthumous birthday shout out for a active go-getter who passed away this year. My girl Sonia Brisson, she passed away earlier this spring. May you rest in heaven. Good people's right there. And also my man Nathaniel Wilkerson, happy birthday to you. And my cuz Tanya Patrice Armour, happy birthday. And last but not least, my girl Jamaica Oti, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 12th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the jam to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, we gotta sometimes make a way to make some kind of way a better day. You got peoples, you got fam, you got people who really care about who you are and who you am. Oh shit, I say scams are going to get run, but along the way, you might have a little fun. You never know who you might meet on a daily basis, different kinds of races and faces, the spaces that you take up. You might have to get them on some other type of different luck. But I know one thing for sure is that you gonna be around here. You gotta get more. You gotta strive. Gotta do a little better. Gotta make the twat be a little wetter. Can't come along and try to take your shine. You ain't gonna go for that for yours and not for me, for mine. I'm on a different type of level. I'm hanging around with gods every day. You hell with the devil. I'm a rebel, not of a positive force, but I'm trying to stamp out the negative and take a sedative so I can sit back, relax, and chill. And I'ma do what I gotta do, say my thing, impose my will. The skills that I have sometimes make me so sweaty. I gotta go take another bath. And sometimes I laugh and I like to bust it up and I like to hang around with cats until my cup is full and runneth over. I got another rover. I'm gonna do this thing and I'ma still be over the negative things that I've experienced. I'm trying to do this shit and trying to learn and earn. Yo, I won't burn. I still wait my turn and give you a chance to shine on stage. Up in the rage, I turn another page. Get up out the cage. I ain't trying to do no time. Ain't doing no crime. I like to rhyme. I like to make up beats. I like that be chilling with my peoples. Get something to eat. Have something to drink. I don't drink no alcohol, but I make sure that I ball until I fall. I like to hang out. I like to have some fun. Yo, I know you like to do a lot of things till the day is done. I hang around with my co-workers and all the people that I have to deal with a couple of hours. I got power. And I know that you probably have some yourself. So we going to work on our physical, mental, emotional health and the wealth that we achieve. And I believe I'm down with this shit. Yo, I'm like this and that. Pockets stay fat. I don't never tell them nobody. Ain't snitching no rats. Yo, the cats that I be hanging around is down like a submarine. Struggle to keep our sneaks clean. I'm on the scene. Yeah, I'm making the bean. That's something like 100. And keep away from America's most wanted. I'm blunted. No, I don't. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do none of that shit that inhibits the way that I think. And I think that I'm thinking on a different different plane. Maybe it's higher than you. Maybe you aspire to do something better with your life. Hang out with your wife or maybe your spouse. You just do it quiet as a mouse when you don't know what you're talking about. But when you're sure, yo, you let that shit out and let the knowledge roar. You're on this thing. You down with me? I'm down with you. So, fuck you wanna do? All right. I didn't mean to rhyme that long. I didn't mean to rhyme that long. Listen, man, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. Make sure y'all come through. We was a little light on the likes tonight, man. If you could do me just one little solid before you leave out of here, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. You know what it is. Blog Talk, I'ma get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See ya on the other side, my boobers. Yeah. On the other side, my boobers. Me, you. On the YouTube, my boobers. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Info Spot, good looking. What's that? Guada Legends. You can't call in now. Yo, I appreciate you, though. Appreciate all y'all. Chris Jones. It's a LOL. Black people love Trump again. Not this black person. Whoa. Crispy Bacon. Good looking, man. Thanks for coming back through. Brian. Andy 776. Lou Sassel. Lou Sassel says, "Let my ass off. When those tariffs hit, I'm going to tell everyone that voted for Trump. Cope." Word. Brian. Okay. All right. Adina Lamtez, appreciate you getting busy in the chat tonight. Eric Lopez. All right. You said Trump only spent less than $4 trillion. You better add 3.5 to that. But anyway, all right. Let me see. What's that? Qualking balls? He said, "Make America gay again." Man, you got problems. Get therapy. All right. Caesar Blue Hive? Blue Pea Hive? I don't know. Princess Lioness. I just want to make sure everybody gets shout out. Mike Gates. Appreciate y'all. Evil One. Evil One says no one else is going around wearing red hats like their fucking uniform. Oh yeah? I know I won't do it again. But they be doing it. Princess Lioness says, "It's 4 a.m. in the morning. Oh my, gotta go to bed." I appreciate you. And I agree. All right, let's get on up out of here. Y'all. Like I said, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I can take off my uniform. Let me take y'all uniform off of you. Appreciate y'all once again. Holla! Have a good night, y'all. Be safe.